No, I've got it on the desire principles
Oh,
as well.
I've got that one. Yep.
You got that one?
Yep.
Yep, fire away with that one.
I can see that if will and desire are aligned in, for an example, refusal to change, then change is not possible. But when a desire is felt and will is developed towards attaining the desire, how are they not in harmony when the desire is actually met?
Yeah, this demonstrates some basic misunderstandings on your part. Will is not developed towards obtaining the desire. Remember, will is your current condition. It has no concept of its future. You follow me?
Yeah.
It only has a concept of your current place, where you are right at this moment, right?
Yep.
Hasn't got any idea about the future. Desire is the thing that has the idea about the future, the faith about the future. So what you're doing is you're mixing the two up. Now, will and desire, when we talked about will in the first assistance group, we were merging the two principles of will and desire. And we started to introduce you to the concept of aspiration as a part of your will. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But what we're suggesting in these principles is that God actually has two separate principles. One principle is whatever your current condition is right now, the laws will respond to, and whatever your desire is right now, the laws will respond to. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And your will and desire, if they're identical, obviously the laws will respond identically. Does that make sense?
Yep.
But if your will and desire are different, it will respond one way to your will and another way to your desire.
Yeah, thanks.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm sort of now starting to understand why I feel like I've got to drive my will to, develop this desire or something. I had a
you can't drive your will to do anything.
No.
How does your will change? It's by having a desire and the desire pulling the will into a new condition. That's how will changes.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's say your will is here at this point in time, and this is where you'd like your will to be in the future. Desire is the thing that causes you to have faith that this is possible. Without that faith, you will not do anything, because currently your will is here, and if there's no faith, there is no desire. And if there's no desire, you will not change. You will not do something about the current state. You will remain in it. Does that make sense to everyone? So it's very important for you to see that desire is the very thing we talked about in the first group, faith, the importance of faith. That's what is desire. That's what drives you into doing something. Does that make sense? Yeah, so it's very important to see that distinction. So what we're suggesting is our current development is here. That's where our will is currently, and will has no concept. So the will principles have no concept of what you hope for your future. Does that make sense to everyone? They only process what you are right now. That's all the will principles do. They only process what you are right now. Right? It's the desire that causes you to imagine what is possible for your future, but not only imagine it, believe that it is possible to obtain. That's what desire does. And desire principles, if we look at desire principles from God's perspective, God also has laws that respond to that. And the laws that respond to will, the laws also respond to desire. And unless your will and desire are completely different from each other in some way, no change is actually possible, because you don't have any faith in a future developed condition. Yep. It's a very important thing to grasp this. So if we go to Mary, thank you. And then I would like to have where's Carol? If we can have the mic with Carol next.
It was just to mention that even when we're in a condition, say we're at one with God, that's our will, we're self-responsible, totally self-responsible. But unless we have a desire, we'll never get to the ninth sphere. So do you see that? So it's not just in this negative sense that we're talking about. Yeah, okay.
Everyone get that? A few ahas there? You get that? You can see why. So when Mary and I, when I on earth in the first century reached the ninth sphere, I had to desire to get to the 10th and desire to get to the 11th. Does that make sense? Don't think that desire, this is the beauty of will and desire, is they are constantly changing. Don't think that desire is going to change after you've got somewhere. It's not like that. It's like a lot of people have the viewpoint of like one minute is like Sydney, and me going to Sydney means I strive, get to Sydney, and then I'm done. Don't need to do anything more. It's not like that at all, because you have other desires which you then start to have some faith in, and off you go, going further than that. And the reality is, let's say you've become at one with God. Now, normally what happens when people become at one with God, they're overwhelmed by the experience. But because they have already developed this principle, they know this principle of desire, they know that it's not going to stop there. And they have faith that it doesn't stop there by that stage. But imagine for a moment that wasn't true. If you only had faith in the at-one-ment condition and you developed desire obviously desire would be developed because the faith exists, so you would go to the at-one-ment condition. But now that you're at the at-one-ment condition, what's going to happen? Unless there's a desire for something else, you will stagnate. You will stay where you are. And it's the same with the rest of your existence. If your desire matches your will, you will stay where you are. So there's many people who arrive in that condition, and for the first instance, you can imagine that they're very overwhelmed by it and so forth, so there's a lot of learning that takes place. But they don't go, oh, well, I'm here now, so I'm going to stop that. They don't do that, because they've already learnt the principle from their life up until that point, so they continue exercising further desires that are beyond that condition. That makes sense, doesn't it? But if they didn't, then the eighth sphere would be it for them.